Hi, I'm at the etrailer, and today we're talking the Konig EasyFit tire chains on our 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now we're going to have this on our rear axle as what the manual recommends, and this is going to be tire size 265, 60, or 18. Now that's just the tire size we have today. If you're worried about this fitting your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find what's going to be the best fit for you. But this will fit a range of different tire sizes. So let's check it out. This is going to be a great option for anyone who's looking for more of a premium tire chain that's a lot easier to get on compared to a lot of other options. And that's mainly going to be because of two reasons. We don't have to get underneath our vehicle to make our connections. And really, you can actually put this on entirely just from standing up. But this is something more ideal for your moderate snow and ice conditions. And the reason that is because we have these square links on these chains. So looking at them, you'll notice they do got these sharp edges to them, and that's designed to help you bite through snow and ice. And we're also going to have this different pattern right over here. That's going to cross each other, and that's just going to provide even more bite than before. They'll also be made from a nickel alloy. That nickel alloy just makes them more durable and more weather resistant, so they're going to last you a long time. They're going to have this ladder pattern design, and that ladder pattern design is designed to give you more coverage on top of your tire, so this is going to give you more traction overall, especially when you're making your turns. Something else that will help with ice and snow is going to be this plate in the center. That plate is pretty big and bulky, and that'll help you bite through that snow and ice, like I was talking about earlier. But even though it is pretty bulky, all of this is going to be classes compatible. So what that means is we're going to have plenty of clearance. So if you see my hand back here, there's plenty of room to sit behind our tire so we don't make contact with our suspension. In the center, we're going to have these coated links. And these coated links are designed so if any situation like right here, if this were to make contact with your rim, it's going to be less likely to scratch anything up. And what really sets this chain apart from other options is going to be the self-tensioning device in the center. The way this is designed to work is when you're driving down the road, a lot of times your chains will shift and that will cause them to loosen up. So what this is going to do is apply tension the entire time as you drive. It's really easy to operate. All you have to do is flip this lever at the very bottom, and instead of pushing on it with your arms, you can actually use your legs, so you're going to have a lot more leverage with it. These chains are going to come in a set of 2, and this really nice case. I'm a fan of it because while it does sit pretty wide and it's pretty large, it's very flat. So this is going to be more ideal for putting in your back cargo space because you can put it underneath other items, and like I said, it's not going to stick up very high. And when I open it up, there's a few things to note about this. The chains are going to fit in there pretty easy, but on the other side, if you do find yourself having to kneel down to put these on, they actually have this design so you can kneel on it as you're working, because if you are putting these on, it's probably going to be snowy outside, and you probably don't want to kneel down in that. And to go along with that, we're going to have a set of instructions, so if you ever forget how to install these, you'll be able to reference these. But I think this is going to be a great option for anyone who's looking at that easier install. Because, like I said, getting underneath here is going to be kind of difficult because we don't have a lot of clearance underneath this car today. Now, if you're looking for another easy option too, just at a little bit more of an affordable price range, Konig also makes another option, and that's going to be Konig self-tensioning tire chains. The only difference with that though, instead of this whole system here that we can use with our foot, you're going to have to use your arms a lot more. And if you do struggle with that, that can be kind of difficult. So if you're looking for that, really the easiest install, this is probably going to be your best bet. But if you're curious about how we put this on, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through the process. To start off the installation, I'm going to recommend some gloves. It's just going to make this a lot easier. And if you are doing this for the first time, I recommend staying home and trying to do this because you don't want to have to try to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But what we are looking for is to see if there's any damages to our links. So a good way to do that is I just like to lift up on the tensioning device itself and check out the links. This way everything kind of hangs loosely. You can also check if there's anything that's tangled up. Everything looks pretty good. It's not a bad idea to check this red cord on the back. Right now I don't like that placement, so I'm going to have it moved. That's a lot better. And I'm going to come over here and make sure this is pretty stretched out just by pulling on it. As you can see, there's a lot more slack there. We're going to want a lot of slack when we do this because it's just going to make things much easier. After that done, what we have to do is matching up with our tire, grabbing this black cord, and pushing this on top and over. Make sure your links don't get caught up under that black cord, and just push it from this point. And right now I'm kneeling down. You don't have to kneel down to do this. I just find it a little bit easier to do. We're just going to push it into place. That's one of the reasons why I recommended loosening this red cord all the way, because sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get behind here. Once you have that cord completely behind there, we come to the front. Make sure everything's looking pretty even. You don't want these metal links in too far. And right now this looks pretty good, but you notice it's still pretty loose. So what I'm going to do is pull down on this tab. I'm going to push down on this to lock it in place. But what's going to be a lot easier is if I just stand up and use my foot, I can tighten everything down. You'll hear it click into place, and just push that up. And it's still a little loose, so what you have to do a lot of times is I'd recommend just throwing the other side on real quick, and then just pulling forward and backing up some. And what's going to happen is it's going to apply tension and allow that red cord to get behind this tire completely and then tighten up the rest of the way. Then after, when you check it again, if it does feel pretty tight, you should be good to go. But that's just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Konig Easy Fit tire chains on our 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Thanks for watching.